All right, let's go. This is the Live Ninja Podcast. I'm Jason Yarusi. If you're saying to yourself, man, I need to break out of the mold, I need to get results, I need to go make it happen, I need to put in the work. Well, here today, we're going to talk about 7 undeniable truths that you can commit to go out there and just take action to become unstoppable. Now, you think about what others do, what others accomplish. And honestly, the difference between them and you and them and us is they are putting together a plan and then they're saying you're going to do something and they're following up by actually doing it. So today we're going to commit to 7 actions that you're going to go out there. You're going to start today. That you're going to go out there and just crush it, take action, and get results that you truly deserve. So number 1, commit relentlessly to a clear vision, right? And if you think about this, right, if you are not getting the results you want, well, what do you actually want? Ask yourself that question. If you can't answer clearly what you want, well, then that's that first problem. You have to have a clear vision, because if you don't have a true idea of where you're going, then you have a lack of focus. And with that lack of focus right now, you have half measures, burning bridges to go out there and not actually get results. So no distractions, no excuses. Put down what you are actually seeking. And in your mind, what's going to happen is your reticular activator is going to come into work, because in your mind, you're telling yourself you want this. And what's going to happen, you're going to start seeing it out there in front of you. It's like when you go to buy a car, you don't just show up at the car lot and say, hey, I want to buy a car. You say, I want to buy a blue Chevy Tahoe. And what happens? You start seeing Chevy Tahoes all over the street, because now your mind is wired to go out there and look for that. The same happens with the results we want in our life. It's hard to put down clear actions and clear results and clear expectations, because when we do, we're worried we're going to fail. But when you do, you set the stage to get the results you want, because now you have a clear understanding of what you're going after. Number 2, train your mind and body daily. I get up, I work out, I do brain exercises through apps on my phone. You have to put in the work, whether it's just putting in the physical resilience that you're building in there or mentally challenging yourself, because you're going to be tested. The things are going to happen whether it's running ultra marathons, lifting heavy weights, pushing your limits in business, going out there and having to negotiate deals, working with your spouse, just helping your children through tough times, you're going to be challenged. And if you're saying to yourself, man, I don't want it to be hard, well, it's going to be hard whether you want it to be hard or not. So why not put in the work, so when you're ready for the challenge, it shows up and you go out there and you crush it and you take back control of your life. Number 3, master controlled aggression. Think about this. It's just so silly to constantly get upset and just get wild, right? You see all these things on social media. The Democrats just go out there screaming and making all this noise and just being out of control and just yelling wildly. And if you're one of those who just lost your emotions and lost control and just has a temper, well, it's time to stop. Success doesn't come from you just waiting. It comes from you taking back and being decisive with your actions and having a calculated approach to how you're going to process and adapt and work through the challenges ahead. But if every time a challenge comes up that you just go wild, you get out of control, you start screaming, start yelling, you start losing your temper, what's going to happen? You're going to get wild results. So get back and control your emotions. Number 1 thing you can do is be in control of how you show up and how you react. Number 4, refuse to negotiate with weakness. It's going to be tough. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be this part of self-doubt, hesitation, negativity. They're going to be cancers to your greatness. They're going to keep showing up. The negativity, the self-doubt, it's going to creep in and say, you know what? You're not good enough. You're not wise enough. You're not useful enough. It's not your time. You're not worthy, right? It's going to show up and it's going to challenge you to that part where you have to catch them and you have to eliminate them from your mind, because they're going to try to sneak in. They're going to try to come back in there. They're going to try to limit you from going out there and seeking the greatness you truly deserve. So go and refuse to negotiate with the weakness that wants to creep inside you. We have enough challenges. We have enough things. There's no aspect that's more important than stop beating yourself down. Stop letting negativity in your mind. Stop talking down to yourself. Stop putting negativity around you in your circumstance. Go out there and crush weakness so you can get the true life that's in front of you, that's waiting for you to show up. Number 5, outwork and outlast everyone. You want results? Well, then you have to work harder than the next person. If you want to have a great life, well, you're not going to be able to give up when it gets hard. If you want to get in shape, well, you're not going to be able to just go and do workouts at certain times a day, certain times a month when you feel like it. If you want to meet that special someone, you're not going to be able to just show up in the moment when that special someone just magically shows up in front of you. You're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to continue to do it day in and day out, whether you want to, whether you don't want to, whether it's the right time, whether the weather's right, whether you're feeling good. You're going to have to go and put in the work. And you're going to have to do it today, tomorrow, the next day, and for the rest of your life. And it may sound daunting, but if you're a high performer, a high achiever, someone here who's listening because you want results, then you understand that putting in the work is the only thing that matters when you don't want to. So go out there and work hard, work smart, work diligently, and provide the results that you truly can. Number 6, adapt and recalibrate quickly, right? You think about this and, we have this choice when a challenge comes up just to quit. But if we don't quit and we pivot, we learn, we keep moving, what happens? We get results. Now, you're going to fail. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have times, right? You're going to have things that just happen in your life that aren't ideal. And you're going to have that impetus to just say, you know what? I quit. Because challenges and failures, they're guaranteed. But if you have something guaranteed in your life, you're going to have this setback, then why quit? Why not learn from it and move on and move past it? You're not going to look back 30 from years from now and look at the failures that you had. You're going to look at the times that you gave up or the times you didn't try. Because the unknown is on the other side of you trying, of you putting in the effort, of you putting in the action, of you going out there and seeking the results. So do what you can to just adapt, recalibrate, and move on and continue to get out there and put yourself out there and face what's ahead of you. And lastly, surround yourself with killers. And not physically in that person of other people, but people who are high achievers that go out there and dictate success. You want to be around people who are going to challenge you, are going to push you, are going to refuse to let you settle for the average. That could be everything from your spouse, right? My spouse is huge in my life because she doesn't let me settle for just mediocrity. It could be people at your gym. It could be people at your work. It could be people in your network, your church group, your golf group, anything. People who are going to continue to push you to level up, are going to continue to get you to high results, continue to make sure that you're going out there to putting in the work. So you want to become unstoppable? It isn't magic. It's a daily choice. Now, which of these do you need and which of these are you going to lock in on today? All right, this is the Level 100 Podcast. I'm Jason Yarusi. If you can do anything for us, go out there and share this podcast for someone who needs to hear this message. And if you could do us a huge favor, go leave us an honest rating review. If you've gotten value from this podcast and it's helped you continue to level up to meet your Live 100 life, then go out there and give us a rating review. It definitely continues to carry this show forward. Let's do this.